Hello, I am Epic Banana and thank you so much for clicking on this video. So what I have for you today are a couple of highlights from a speedrun that I had the other day. It was on pace to be the .100 plus world record, but something bad happened and you'll see that later. And it was such a shame. This is one of the best runs I've had in a really long time. I really hope you enjoyed the video. There is no in-game audio because I had to cut out my mic because it was like all sorts of craziness. But anyways, here's the run. So I spawn in, look around. I'm just looking around before I go and pause. So you see right there in the top right there is a village. I miss it in the run. I don't know how I missed it, but I did. So I'm actually just going to completely ignore that village house and instead turn left and just head in this direction looking for a village or something. So I'm just running around. This is what the beginning of a speedrun is, just in third person looking around for some form of structure. And I see a desert village right there. So I'm like, alright, cool, that's nice. So I keep running over. I head over this hill. And bam, there's a desert temple right there. So after looting the desert temple and the village, I find a lava pit, and I am creating my portal to go into the nether. I have a sword, 2 iron pickaxes, a gapple. I don't have a flint and steel, but it's okay because I can just woodlight the portal. I also have a shield, some apples. So you see I have to break this other piece of wood to woodlight the portal because I only had 1 extra. So I'm entering the nether, I believe it was roughly around the 6-minute mark, about. So this is like a pretty good time for me. Like, I'm always happy with the 6-minute mark. So I enter in the nether, and I look around, shabam, fortress, right there. So I head over into the fortress and gather up my blaze rods. I don't remember the exact amount of blazes that I killed, but I ended up getting 8 rods because here I had 5 rods and got 3 rods from 3 blazes. So I only need 6 or 7, but I got 8, which works as well. And I'm leaving the fortress soon. So like I left the fortress around the 11-minute mark, I think. So no, not the 11-minute mark. Maybe it was. Yeah, I think it was roughly the 11-minute mark. So I head back to my portal, not to go back into the overworld, but because in this direction, it's a different quadrant, which is basically like where fortresses and bastions will spawn. So I was in the positive, negative quadrant. You can see this based on your coordinates. Now I need to go to the positive, positive. And bam, right in the positive, positive, there is a bastion. So I head over into the bastion, and it's a bridge bastion, which is definitely the easiest bastion because it just has that giant Hoglin statue of gold. So I go ahead and start trading. And this bastion is really nice. Like, you don't really have to deal with piglin brutes very much because you can just fight them from up here. You don't have to deal with 50,000 different piglins. It's just really simple. So, yeah, I'm just trading. Breaking the gold gets them to trade a bit faster, so I'm breaking the gold. I'll be breaking the gold throughout the entire time that I'm trading with them. There's a brute, but I can easily deal with that. So after trading, as you can see, I only have 8 pearls, which is very unlucky. But at this point, it's roughly the 20-minute mark. Like, I leave around the 21-minute mark, I think. And even though I only have 8 pearls, there's a small chance that the portal could be like a 4-eye, or maybe if I just get some pearls in the stronghold, that could work. So I go ahead and build my portal. Like I said, I'm coming out of the nether roughly the 21-minute mark, and the .100 plus world record is 31 minutes. Like, if it's a good stronghold, I can totally get this. So I build a portal, get a flint and steel that I got from the fortress, and accidentally put on some blackstone. But anyways, I'm popping in to the overworld now. So I come into the overworld, and I spawn in a savannah, which is nice, because the stronghold is always going to be, well, almost always going to be spawning under a village. So savannah can obviously have villages, so that's a good sign. So I go ahead and clear out my inventory because it has a lot of random junk in it, right, from all the piglin trading. So I go ahead and just make all of them into eyes since I only have 8. Why not? And walk over here. I throw in, it points to me right at that village. So I'm like, oh shoot, okay, if that has the village, then that is a really good time. Like, if it has a good eyes. So I throw it, and nope, okay, that village was not it. But that's okay. If it's at, like, the next village, it could still be the time. So I pick up my eye and I keep going. Then I find this village about, like, a minute later. So I run past this village to throw my eye. I run past it, I line up, and nope, it's still this way. So at this point, .100 plus world record was pretty much lost, but it could still definitely beat my PB, like, easily. So I see this village up ahead, and I'd been running for about 1,000 blocks now, so I was like, alright, this, like, has to be it, so I'm just going to dig down under the village. And I pop into this cave, and I'm already at Y33, I still didn't see anything, so I bridged back up, because I was pretty sure it wasn't it, and just in case, I threw another eye after I get past it, and it's still farther away. The only lucky thing about all this is that I have not had an eye break yet. I've thrown 4 eyes and none of them is broken, which is pretty good. There's a 20% chance for it to break. So then I see this village running a bit more. So I don't run to the village, but I just throw an eye around here, and if it were to go in the direction of that village, I would know that that's the stronghold. If it doesn't, it's not. And of course, it doesn't go in the direction of that village. So, the eye doesn't break, and I keep going. So now we're going to go into a bit of a time lapse. This is just a lot of running. Lots and lots of running. I have to make a boat here. So I'm just heading. I throw another eye, still doesn't break, which is insane. That's 6 eyes thrown and no broken. So I have to go across this glacier. I could have put my boat down and gone a bit faster, but that's okay. So I'm going, looking for a stronghold in the ocean, and bam, there's a village just up ahead. So at this point, I just decided, yeah, this has to be it. If this village isn't it, then it's not going to even beat my personal best. I dig down, and there's nothing there, so I have to start bridging back up, which is just insane. So I go past the village to throw an eye, and it points me back into the village, which is insane. Like, how? And then my foot is corrupted. Yeah. But that's okay, I can still explain to you how the rest of the run went while the earlier run plays in the background. So, after I threw the eye back into the village, I dug down in a different spot in the village, and I still couldn't find it. So, I just had to give up and turn its creative mode to find the stronghold. So I did /locate the stronghold, and it spawned in the ocean about 50 blocks away from the village. So it didn't spawn in the village, but it looked like it did. So it kind of tricked me. And that ended the run, which was just so sad because the Nether was so beautiful, the overworld was so beautiful. This was such a nice run. And that was just completely ruined by the stronghold, which is actually kind of a good lesson because for me at least, a lot of the times, by the time I get my eyes and my rods, or my ender pearls and my rods, I'm just like, alright, well, the run's basically over now. I just have to find the stronghold, which isn't that bad. But this run was bad. Not finding the stronghold actually killed this run. So that's like, yeah, it's just a good lesson. So, anyways, that's what I wanted to show you guys for today. If you want to see the full run uncut, you can go to twitch.tv/epicbanana08. I stream a couple days a week there if you want to go check me out. If you want to follow me, that's great. If you don't, that's also great. So, yeah, that's going to be the video for today. So, thank you for watching. I appreciate the views. If you like it and you want to subscribe, cool. I would love that. If you don't, thanks for coming anyways. So anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you for coming. Goodbye.